Okay, it has been over a week since I saw this show, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. This is not an explanation video for you. This is an explanation video for myself to understand what I just watched, right? So, I'm not going to use names, I'm going to just point to help me understand what I just watched. She lives in 2023, and her boyfriend passed away in a plane crash. That is the boyfriend. And she's mourning him after a year. He's been gone a year, exactly a year on her birthday, actually. Then she receives a gift, which is like a cassette tape. And the cassette tape is a time traveling thing if she listens to the song that plays, right? She listens to the song and goes back to 1998 and becomes her. This is a whole different person, but looks just like her, right? And in her timeline, she is like a depressed 18-year-old who becomes friends with these two people here, right? Okay. When she becomes her, she looks like this. She's more bubbly and like more friendly and easier to get along with. In their timeline, she and them are friends, these two are friends, and he has a crush on her, and these two guys are best friends, right? When she time travels and becomes her personality becomes bubbly and different, and he has a crush on her. But he still has a crush on her, thinking that that's the same person, but can sense that she's different. So why does she travel back in time? She's trying to find out why her boyfriend, who has passed away, looks just like this guy, and what does a correlation have to do with anything, right? So while she is time traveling in 1998 and it's her, she finds out that there are some things going on in their school. A girl already passed away, and that she is going to either be murdered or herself, right? And she needs to stop her from doing that. And in doing so, in finding out all of this in this 12 episodes, we find out that he's also a time traveler, actually, because, once again, I'm trying to explain this to myself. In their timeline, she passes away at 18. He blames himself and goes to jail because he doesn't want her death to mean nothing. And then a few years after he's in jail, he goes and visits him while he's in jail. He doesn't see him when he goes to jail. He's coming back from visiting him in jail in like 2002, I believe, or something. And he gets into a car crash and he passes away in 2002 and somehow becomes this guy while that is happening. And he's stuck in a loop somehow, right? Yeah. So therefore, in 2023, he's still alive, but he's actually in the body of somebody else that looks like him, because he technically passed away and became somebody else after the car accident, right? Anyway, so then back to the timeline of how she is going to save her boyfriend from passing away from the plane crash, not the car crash that also killed him technically, right? When she is her, she is in like her head and she's like in a void, but can watch everything happening. And she tries to tell the guys that she is not her. Like, I am a different person from the future, but the guys take a while to believe her, right? But they pick it up eventually. A lot of things happen. I'm skipping quite a lot. A lot of things happen. And eventually, she takes over her body again in like the last episodes. And it goes on like a fun date trip with them too, because she's now living the life that she's always wanted, which is like have friends and just enjoy high school, which is a different story, because I don't understand why when the guys wanted to be her friend, when she was herself, she just didn't want it. Apparently, even the girls in school said, we wanted to talk to you, but we weren't friendly. So that's a different story. But anyways, so she is now back in the future. At this point, I'm confusing myself because I'm like, what did I just watch? Mind you, I watched this like a week ago. I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. It made sense after I watched it, but trying to explain this plot to somebody else, and me, people can do it. Some people have done it. I'm just confused. I'm just confused. The only question I have, I know I'm getting off topic, but I might have ADHD. When he passes away in 2002, I think it's 2002, and he becomes the other guy, right? The one that got into a car crash with Rowan. Where does he go? Because everything else is explained that, like, if you become somebody else, you're like trapped in their head or something, right? Like, where does that guy go? Is he like watching him live his whole life now? Unless I have questions about that part. Like, I feel like that was left a little unanswered, right? Another thing that annoyed me was the fact that he took the blame to go to jail, left his grandma alone because of her. Like, boy, are you serious? Anyways, I'm getting off topic. So in the last episodes, she becomes herself, goes on a date with the guys, and like likes that lifestyle, but she still wants to herself, right? And she does, which I thought the whole story was going to be like, after kind of like seeing that she comes out of her personality, she's going to want to live, but no, it didn't change anything. So then she has to then again go back one more time and become her to save her in order to save the boyfriend in the future. And after that, they become a couple-ish. I think it's kind of fake, but I think they do become a couple. He grows up. Yeah, he grows up in the same timeline and therefore doesn't switch bodies anymore, right? And she, mind you, is in the same timeline as these people. She's just an 8-year-old and he's 18, right? And they introduced that. So therefore, in the future, in 2023, in the timeline that she saved her, and therefore they all lived happily ever after, he grows up and makes his own business, and they meet. So therefore, he'll be like 32, and she's like probably like 24, I don't even know. But yeah, no, 22. Yeah, right? So they meet in the same time zone, timeline, eventually time zone, right? Right? Okay.